Bazalwane, I know I'm not one person who comes on these platforms and asks for a lot of things, but I'm going to ask you for one thing today. In fact, I'm begging you from the bottom of my heart, from the deepest part of my heart. When someone close to you is going through something, maybe they got into an accident, and you feel the urge to say to them, why didn't you use a different route? Why didn't you apply your brakes earlier? Why didn't you open your eyes? When you feel the urge to say to someone, you could have, you should have, I am begging you from the bottom of my heart, shut it. Shut it. When someone is going through something, unforeseen circumstances, worst case scenarios, it is not the time for you to ask them why they didn't do things a certain way. It's not the time for you to say you should have done it in this format. It is not the time. I am begging you from the bottom of my heart that when you feel the urge to say to someone close to you who's going through something, why didn't you do it in this format? Remember this video, remember me. There's a saying in my language in Chivenda, it says, Ngave yambiwa ngachidaela. It takes a fool to say should have, could have, would have, because it's too late. The milk has already been spilled. I'm going through what I'm going through now. I don't need you to tell me or remind me what I should have done when I was still not going through what I'm actually going through now. Because me being able to reflect on what I should have done is not going to help the situation. So when you open your mouth and you want to say to somebody, why didn't you? Ask yourself, or is this going to help the situation? Or it's just going to make people feel bad, feel terrible? And what do you gain as Umzalwane by saying to someone, I told you so, should have listened to me, should have taken another route, should have prayed harder? What does it benefit me? How does it help the situation? Bazalwane, refrain from it. Because even the Bible says that we will walk through the valleys of the shadow of death. We are not immune to pain. We're not immune to challenges. We're not immune to unforeseen circumstances. Even you who is asking, you plan, but life does not always work out the way that you want it to work out. Refrain from asking people, why didn't you? You should have, you could have. Be there. If you can't, disappear. Because you are grieving people even more than they're already grieving by asking them questions that are not relevant, that are not going to help with the situation. Wait for things to get better and say, these are the lessons learned. You can't ask me about the situation that I'm in now to say you should have applied this method. You wouldn't be where you are now. I already know that by now. I am begging you in the name of the Lord, if you cannot support people, be there for people. If you cannot be remorseful because you feel like people deserve what is happening to them, that is also okay. You are allowed to feel however way you want to feel about people. But please don't grieve people any more than they're already grieving. That's all I'm saying.